Hello! That was probably ridiculously loud. Welcome to Controller Slot B. We are back. We're alive. We're kicking. I'm here. There's rats here. They're both here. Both of them.
All of us are here. What up? It's
Yep.
everyone is here.
Every rat ever. We're all here.
Every rat here. Every rat is here to go. Ready? Go. Brace
Yeah.
yourselves.
Yeah. Anyway, Controller Slot B, number 32?
32. Are you ready for this?
32. Heck yeah. Half
Have you
a...
been? Do you know what was happening?
Do I know what's happening? I'm not sure I know
you
what's happening. What's
did you
happening?
wake up? Did you wake up today and said, "Hey, you know what's gonna be? It's 32."
Yeah, it's 32. Yep, I don't think anyone woke up and thought that in the slightest. But we're here now. We're doing the show. Can you believe it? I can't. I genuinely forgot it was recording day until you pinged me earlier.
Hello, it's me, the responsible one of the duo.
Look at him go, being responsible.
And that's the biggest lie that I've told all year, by the way. So,
Yeah.
so brace yourselves, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Rat? What's going on? What's going on over there in your corner of the world?
You know, it's been very exciting. I went ahead and set things together, got things going. I've been streaming pretty often recently, right?
Mhm.
So just recently, right? I do want to go ahead and give people a heads up. As it turns out, something actually kind of exciting happened this
Yeah.
weekend. I've been accepted onto Team Wild Abandon, which is a big streaming group. So that's an interesting thing to see what's going down.
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Otherwise, I'm looking forward to doing some more stuff and continuing on with the podcast with us. And other than that, honestly, gaming news has been kind of like slow and low recently. Not a whole lot going on.
Yeah, it's been very spread out recently, and that seems to be typical for game news around this around the winter portion of the year that isn't the holidays. Um, but I'm sure things will kick back up soon. You been playing anything of interest lately?
Honestly, yes. There's been a handful of things that have popped into my attention, actually.
Oh yeah?
Recently, very recently, there's been two games that popped in, and that is a game by Double Fine Studios that I think got completely overlooked called Rad.
Oh?
And Rad is a roguelike, 3D action roguelike, made by the guys who made Psychonauts, right? And it's melee focused, and you mutate as you level up, and you don't have any control over absolutely nothing. So I think it's some of the coolest things that I've seen there.
Yeah.
The world ended. Evidently, the world ended not once but twice. There was two apocalypses, and you run around as a teenager with a baseball bat. And the soundtrack is incredible, and everything is neon. It's the coolest thing, right? I
Yeah.
remember there's one real specific line in the game where the narrator goes in and talks about a faction called the Cathode Raiders, right? And the thing that said is it was something along the lines of the Cathode Raiders are obsessed with are obsessed with collecting everything out on the wastes and the 4:3 aspect ratio, and I fucking lost my mind.
God, that
So
sounds insane.
they seem like a lot of fun, and I would recommend Rad to everyone. The other one is a rhythm game that got picked up recently called Rhythm Doctor, right?
Yeah.
Um, that just came out. That just came out with like a huge, like some really big, uh, bit of interesting. I don't think it got a lot of attention, but it's an indie game that just recently popped out of nowhere, right? And I don't know how they managed to put in both a competent medical drama, right? Like a competent medical drama
Right.
and a sick rhythm game all in one little spot. I would recommend it. It's fantastic. The pixel art is really good and the music is awesome.
Sounds amazing. Couple of great picks.
Yeah, take it up and yell about it. It's really
Yeah.
incredible.
Those both sound great. I'm looking at screenshots of both of them. They stand out stylistically from most things I'm seeing recently. But
Ain't that the case?
that is the case. That absolutely is. I don't know why there was a but there. The but was that But I did want to mention this a moment ago that the opening portion of the show before we actually get into any news topics will probably be longer than usual so for anyone not really interested in that sort of thing. What are you doing here? What's going on, bud? Huh?
Listen, it's our show. It's our show, and we'll do what we want.
God damn it! But no, while we're recommending games to people, while we're recommending games to the viewing audience here, Outer Wilds. We talked about it a little bit pre-show, but I've been playing a lot of Outer Wilds recently, and I finished it yesterday. And I have not had a game make me cry that hard at an ending in a long time.
Man, I got really upset at Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is an incredible game.
Is it Dark Bramble? Is it Dark Bramble's fault?
Oh, is that why? Well, that's why I cried. Dark Bramble is why I cried.
Oh, upset. Okay, yeah.
Oh, now I think I know why you cried, right? And the ending is incredible.
Oh, the ending of that game is absolutely wonderful. Didn't you say you didn't finish it last week at some point?
I haven't finished it yet. I'm aware of the ending, and the ending is incredible.
Oh, you're aware of the ending? God damn. Oh, can I just say that I have a wonderful group of friends. Most of them finished the game. Everyone even vaguely interested in the game had already played it, except me. There was actually one other person playing it alongside me who finished it a few days before I did, because they are fucking speedy. They finished that game in like 10 to 15 hours. I don't know how. But they're so wonderful, and it was like the best kept secret in terms of what the ending was. Like, I don't know if you did any of the Quantum Moon shit, but that changes a little. That changes it a little bit. There's so much shit to see in that game. Like, there is an unbelievable amount. Like, it's such a small world, but it's so dense. You know, there's just like something around every corner worth discovering. And even the most little innocuous thing turns out to be amazing. And I'm so unbelievably happy that that ending was not spoiled for me at the time. But that ate my entire day away yesterday, because I was like, okay, I have it on good authority that I'm within 8 hours of finishing this game, so this will become my day. And there I was at 9 p.m. covered in Cheez-Its snack mix and just dying. But no, it's a wonderful game, and for anyone who hasn't played it, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into anything particularly spoilery here, but it hits.
Yeah, honestly, it's that entire game was a very interesting thing. It evidently Outer Wilds started out as a college project, right? Where the developer wanted to go ahead and make a game about space exploration, right? And it worked out that worked out really well. The entire game is really good. It plays into the trope of space fantasy, right?
Right.
Which honestly, it was great. It was a fantastic little game.
Very good music as well, by the way.
Oh yeah,
the music and art direction are just the best.
You can't talk about the game without talking about the music. The art direction is fantastic. So I agree.
Yeah, couldn't move past it. But other games that don't really need to be recommended because they speak for themselves and are AAA titles. I've been working through the Half-Life series in kind of accidental chronological order, because I finished Half-Life 1 somewhat recently, and then this week I started Half-Life Alyx, because, like, again, I'd already played all these games in release order, but I was like, hey, I'm kind of in the mood for a new VR game that I haven't touched in a while, so I'm just gonna go through Alyx again and see what happens. And so I am technically playing them all in chronological order now, and I don't know how to feel about it, but it's going great. It's gonna be wonderful. Amazing games.
I really honestly feel like I should probably set something up.
Oh yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly are we setting up here?
Oh, I'm looking forward to getting back into some of the Half-Life games. I streamed Half-Life 2 not about like sometime last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Half-Life I'm trying to remember. I remember correctly. It's Half-Life episode 1, episode 2 are still on the list of things that I need to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um And then there's the original Half-Life and the Half-Life games there. I don't think I'm gonna get to Alex anytime soon. Unfortunately, that's just because I don't have a headset for that one. Right. But I think it's a really cool. I'm very excited about seeing more of that. So
Yeah. There's absolutely more in the Half-Life universe to be explored, and it's all out there waiting for you, and it'll be great to see you get around to more of that, potentially on
mhm.
stream. Um, so you got any other creative projects you're working on or anything that you
Um,
wanna talk about?
Currently, not really. I've got 100 things on my line, so I've got things to do. So
Yeah, not exactly short on things to do, huh?
I'm sorry. What?
I said you're not exactly short on things to do, huh?
No, I've got so much stuff to do. Now that I stream daily, it's just it's been a thing to go and keep up that schedule.
Oh yeah,
And I've
how's
been
that
playing.
treating you?
I've missed a few days, but it's been good. And then what is the other thing? Second Life. I've been on Second Life a lot more recently, so that's been something to take advantage of.
Yeah,
So
gotta fill your days somehow. Yeah.
in boy, goddamn, do I have a lot to fill. So, um, and then not to mention I work a full-time job, but I'm feeling very confident about filling my day with more stuff.
Hell
How
yeah.
long has this intro segment been going on, by the way?
We have been doing this for 12 minutes. It's a fine time to move on, I think, actually.
Nice job, guys. Good job.
Yeah, good job. Thanks
Adding.
for sticking through with us. Let's talk about Minecraft, the thing that comes up at least once a week around here, and it's usually my fault. There have been a lot of developments happening with the 1.17 update on Java that we've been talking about, but there's finally been an update for the Bedrock Edition beta, and they've got features that Java doesn't have completed yet, like the new mountains with their new terrain generation, making them look a little more natural and whatnot. And I really appreciate that. I don't know if you've seen any screenshots recently of what they're planning on making mountains look like going forward, but they are big and grand, and they look wonderful.
Well,
Um,
yeah, with the extra terrain generation, I imagine that the mountains are looking bigger, right? And of course, I think last time I saw them was they were a little bit more twisty, if that makes any sense.
mhm.
So that should be good. What
They're a
else have
little
you
more
seen?
they're a little more spindly in spots, and they also have a new thing they're working on called sub biomes. They're just like smaller incremental biomes within a larger mountain biome of things like little mountain meadows and like snowy ice capped peaks and whatnot. It's gonna make them look a little more fleshed out, look a little nicer. And they're also gonna be using that sub biome feature for things like cave biomes and whatnot, which I think will look really cool. Uh, on top of that, though, we got the fucking glow squid, which serves no function and is a useless member of society, by the way.
Everyone and their mothers have been pissed about the glow squid.
I am angry still. It's been like a year, and I am still angry. Well, it's been closer to like 6 months, but I am still angry, and I will not calm down about it. No one can stop me, but yeah, there are a bunch of other features that are planned to be coming in, and it's got a lot of the stuff that Java already has through snapshots. Um, but it's cool to see new developments on the update, whichever version it may be, and seeing that it's still in active development because it is still slated for summer this year after all, and there's still a time gap between now and summer. But I'm glad to see that things are still progressing as intended.
I'm seeing a lot of interesting things out of Minecraft so far. It's a real shame that we didn't get the moo blooms or whatever they're called, because that's what people were really excited about.
Hell yeah, piss
Um,
cow.
I was shut up. I know, and so like after the Moo Blooms failed to get in, I actually protest voted for the fucking illager that was added. So I was angry. I don't think I've ever been more angry in my entire life, honestly. Um,
The fucking anger of a rat.
it's like these sons of bitches took away the only sunlight that I had in Minecraft, and I don't know. I can't believe Glow Squid is so boring. I wanna see I wanna meet the person who really likes Glow Squids. Who who went out of their way to make 177,000 new Twitter accounts in order to go and vote for more who did that?
Who could have
Who was
done
that
this?
one person?
Who is this chaos imbued man who just refused to allow the flower cow to continue existing? I'm
This
upset.
this son of a bitch. I can't believe him. I can't believe he went out of his way. Listen, listen, Cube Dude 69. I know who you are. I will find you, right? And how dare you go ahead and put Moo Bloom onto the bench? Moo
We have...
Bloom was a center star, and you go ahead and get out of my way, and you try to tell me that some glow squid that don't even do anything. You want to try to tell me that that's cooler? You think that's cooler? Get out of here. I don't like you. I don't like you. You're. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna block you on Minecraft. I'm gonna
I'm gonna
block you on
block
Facebook.
you on
You're
Minecraft.
unfriended on MySpace. And God, if I've ever find your Tumblr, I swear you're gonna have a bad day, son.
You are out of my top 8.
You're out of my top 8. You're gonna be removed from my feed, uninvited to my birthday party. Ugh.
Hell yeah. Speaking of birthdays, it seems like the Elite Dangerous community is experiencing the best gift of all currently. What's going on there with this Odyssey expansion thing?
Honestly, since the beginning of the game, we've been screaming got space legs. We've been like, I want to get out of my seat. My legs are atrophied. I'm gonna get clots. I'm gonna get clots and have an aneurysm. Please, Elite, please let me up. Let me out of the chair. And that's what we've been saying for like the last 4 or 5 years. It appears that that's happening with Odyssey. I went ahead and took a little bit of time to look at some of the lasers and some of the weapons that we'll be doing, and I did find just today. I think it was just released today. Was a this is being recorded on the 4th of March, by the by. Just today was released this big gameplay video of 3 players going through a ground mission, where the players had to sabotage a reactor on a colony. Excuse me. Not a colony, a lab or something like that. And it was consisted of a pilot who got them there, a combat-oriented character with a combat suit, and an engineer that was actually doing a lot of the dirty work there. And seeing these 3 people operate in the same on the same ship doing kind of like the same thing, right, is incredible. Because at one point in time, we really didn't have a whole lot of that. The Elite Dangerous is a pretty good co-op game. It could be much better, especially when it comes to gameplay that involves only having one ship. One of the things is that there's a system in place that is currently still being worked on a little bit called multi-crew. And I think multi-crew is a lot of fun because it allows you to go ahead and hang out in the big nasty ships that your friends have, right, without having to buy these ships. And you can activate subsystems and pilot fighter craft and use turrets and such like that. All of it's really incredible. All of it's really fun to do, but it isn't very well connected. I don't think the missions aren't really built to have a multi-crew, which is a bit of a shame, right? Now, it appears that that's changing with Odyssey. Excuse me. This is changing with Odyssey because they're having these 3 players. The very exciting thing was that the pilot flew away and let these 3 players do their thing on the ground, which is incredible. the official stream, right, went ahead and showed off some details related to the surface level. The video
Mm-hmm.
that was released today involved the engineer decoupling the reactor and stealing a very important component of that reactor and
Right.
running off, and they all both escaped on the same ship, which is piloted by the third player. The only complaint that I have with it was showing off two weapons that were, I think they were made by Gudamaya, right? Which are a pulse laser and a burst laser pistol and a pulse laser rifle, and they looked really good. But is it, almost exactly as I was expecting. Laser beams on foot sound incredibly anemic. But that's because they're lasers.
Mm-hmm.
They have a nice snap to them, and I hope they add more snap, right? Um, but they did the job, right? I really appreciated uh, a lot of the combat. The AI seems really smart, and they move into position and into cover, right? And so I'm very excited to go ahead and having this new experience in Elite that we didn't have before. I think Elite is a very exciting game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they're putting a lot of love into this one. Social hubs and space stations is going to be a very exciting concept. Atmospheric planets with light atmospheres is what they showed off in the video that I'm talking about. They were on a desert world or something similar to that. And then there's going to be a change with how missions are operated, and NPCs, just like every other NPC, is voice acted. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. And I'm
Right.
hoping that they allow me to have a trench coat and be a stupid motherfucker, because that's all I care about. As cool as being as cool as having that combat armor is, give me that 80s space pirate look. Give son of a you know what I want. So that's what I've been up to.
Gonna
That's
be a
been
gross,
some
stinky
very
man in
excited.
space this time,
I want to be stinky.
but on the ground, on planets and stuff. That sounds interesting, and it might get me back into Elite. Honestly, I never really had that much time with the game, and I feel like going back would be great. Like, yeah, I've got a good number of hours in the game, but I feel like I could do better by going back in and giving it another run or two, you know. And I feel like these new features are really gonna open that up and do the same for a lot of people. Of just, hey, maybe I should go back to Elite sometime, you know,
Maybe
expand the
that's what I
player
need.
base a bit.
I mean, I think the entire concept of shooters is going to be a very exciting thing to do anyway, right? Um, I, shooters have always been a lot of fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is not there's going to be no way that this is going to end poorly for our boys. I think it's an incredibly exciting an incredibly exciting addition to the game, alongside some of the more. I've always been a skeezy motherfucker in Elite anyway. I'm just gonna steal things, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna steal things. We're gonna pirate things. I'm not a terrorist, but $20 is $20. It's just something that I've been enjoying from top to bottom. In my ships. Now everything else as far as the gameplay goes, I'm gonna have to get my hands on it, and thankfully we're not gonna have to wait too long. I think this expansion is coming out in April, so we're gonna have alpha and beta testing through our good boys here, our good friends here, and then it's gonna move into whatever else is gonna happen. Um, should be fun.
Yeah, sounds like a hell of a lot of fun, especially from a multiplayer perspective. The new combat opportunities seem really neat from what I saw. There's a lot of really cool things there. Again, I'm not a very elite dangerous person, but I
You'll
get
get
into it
there.
occasionally. I get
You'll
into it
get there.
occasionally. I get up to some shenanigans, and that's pretty cool. Um, but no, yeah, cool game, cool updates. It's insane. One thing I can say is that it is insane how much effort they put into this game. It really is.
It's honestly ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous to see how much work they put into this game, and I'm very excited. I'm super cool about that. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait. It's gonna
Mhm.
be it's gonna be a cool thing. Um, but speaking of cool things that are already out, Pyro and Mithra got a showcase today for Smash Bros. They're here. They're in the game for real this time.
I'm very excited about that. Right. So like, what's your opinion on Pyro and Mithra? I don't know how much work you've seen it. I don't know how much you've played into that. Right. I don't know how much you've messed around with that game. But tell me about it. Tell me about your opinion on this heavy Sheik character we're getting now.
Well, personally, again, like I said last week, my picks are already in pretty much. I cannot really. I feel like I'm satisfied with where the roster is at, and any new additions are just whatever. You know, if I get something I want, sure. If I don't, whatever. I'm just hoping that at this point I'll be presented with something I did not know I wanted. But Pyro and Mithra specifically, love it. The gameplay looks really cool, looks really snappy. I enjoy it. Gotta get some fast-paced Smash action in sometime. It makes me want to come back to the game again. I mean, I've been playing casually with friends occasionally recently, but now I've got another excuse to go back and enjoy it some more and get a couple more rounds in, you know. But overall, as of the showcase, I thought the showcase itself was pretty good. I skimmed it this morning. I didn't get a chance to sit down and watch the whole thing, but I saw the majority of it, and it looks pretty good. The gameplay looks pretty good. I'm satisfied with the movesets. I haven't had a chance to sit down and play either character yet, but they look good. They look like they're fun to play. They look satisfying to use, and I guess those are the three things that really matter. And despite certain slanderous tweets that may or may not have come out last week, I do care about Super Smash Bros. A little bit, and I do want it to be a good game. But, you know, I'm happy about it, I guess. I mean, I don't really have any hard opinions on their inclusion, but the way it was handled seems pretty good, and I can appreciate the moveset.
Retro Brett doesn't care about Smash Brothers.
I do not care about Super Smash Brothers. There are no Smash Brothers. They're not here. The brothers have not been smashed.
Here. The brothers are not. They're not smashed. They're not out here.
Yeah, they're somewhere else. These aren't the brothers you're looking for. Don't worry about it.
Oh my God.
But no.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. I did make a Star Wars joke. I promise. But no.
That was good. I thought about the other.
Speaking of things that are jokes. Speaking of things that are jokes. New me costumes. I'm kidding, but we got there's fucking Monster Hunter shit in Super Smash Brothers again, and I'm excited about it.
Man, there was a lot of discussion whether or not the next Monster Hunter, the next character was going to be a Monster Hunter rep, right? Mm-hmm. But we were wondering what the hell would be the Monster Hunter rep? Because there's a lot of good options.
I don't remember if it was you, but someone said that if a Monster Hunter character were to get in, it would basically just be Byleth's moveset.
Yeah.
But no, I kind of agree with that. Yeah, I don't play a lot of Monster Hunter, but I like the franchise as a whole, and I'm glad to see it represented more in Smash.
I feel like have you played Monster Hunter World?
I have not yet. That one kind of slipped me by. It was past its prime by the time I thought about playing it.
Yeah, people were still playing it. It's pretty good. I would recommend it. This is me saying I recommend it.
Okay, I might get into it then. But no, I played a couple of the releases for handhelds back closer to like 2015, 2016. Those were pretty good. But that's about where my experience starts and ends with Monster Hunter. But I've seen people play more Monster Hunter in recent years, and it's cool. I like Monster Hunter a bit. Yeah. I will gladly fight another big pickle man. I don't care. I'll do it. No one will stop me.
Son of a bitch. Disgusting pickle man.
Speaking of things that people can't seem to stop recently, Ghosts and Goblins, including the Mii costume. Their Mii costume is what made me think about this. There's a new Ghosts and Goblins game coming out, and then this happens also with the Mii costume shit. I am here for it. I'm glad that franchise is coming back.
I can't believe it. I can't believe they're making that a real thing again. I'm excited. Not that I played a whole lot of Ghosts and Goblins back in the day, but excuse me.
What did you think you could just bring Ghosts and Goblins back and no one would notice?
You think you could get back into Ghosts and Goblins, you son of a bitch?
You think they would just throw a new? You think you could just throw a new Ghosts and Goblins game out there with cool 2D hand drawn looking art and just like put it out there and no one would notice? No.
What do you think, kid? Do you think I wasn't paying attention? Do you think I wanted that? I did.
I
Good
saw
job.
it. We all saw it. It's out there. The new game is coming.
The game is coming. I'm incredibly excited about that. Honestly, I didn't expect me for a new Ghosts and Goblins, but here we are. We got a Ghosts and Goblins now.
We do. We are ghosting and goblining. If you'll pardon the expression, we are in fact doing that.
We've got, in fact, some ghosts, and we got some goblins, and they're out here.
They are out and about. They are roaming the streets. Please be advised.
Be advised. Be careful. This is a goblin alert. There's at least 3 goblins out there.
There are goblins in your area. Click here to chat with them.
And we can't guarantee how many ghosts there are. They're invisible, and I'm very spooked.
They are very hard to count.
I am terrified. I need help. I'm afraid in my heart. Ghosts and Goblins is coming out. When is Ghosts and Goblins coming out, or is it just one of those?
I think it's I think they've said 2021 or not 2021, 2022. Like so next year sometime they'll be releasing it if I remember
God bless.
correctly.
Have fun.
I'm gonna have
Do
to
whatever
double
you
check
want.
myself on that one, but
I think that's incredible. I'm very excited about that.
oh, it's out.
What do you mean it's out?
Ghosts and Goblins Resurrection is out February 25th, 2021 on the Nintendo Switch. It's here.
Okay. I like how you're sitting there like, oh, it's sometime in 2022, and then it turns out you're dummy.
I am a
correct.
big idiot. I saw a trailer for it like 2 weeks ago. I really should have known off the top of my head, but I did not.
That's incredible. I'm very excited about that.
No, yeah, it looks pretty good. I'll play it at some point. I'll get around to it. I'll whip out the Switch again, dust it off real quick, have a game real quick. That sounds like a good idea. But beyond that, I think that's our topics for the week. I think we've blasted through here. I think we're done.
Hey, baby girls, how you doing? It's me, a Salty Rat. I'm here to go ahead and give you the lowdown. Come here. Come up on my lap. Remember, if you want an ice cream, that's fine. Don't ask for sprinkles. Sprinkles are for winners. I'm here to go ahead and tell you something. This is the 32nd episode of Controller Slot B. We've gone places, don't you think? How are we doing?
I think we've gone a few places. I think we're doing a few things.
State of the cast. How we doing? Pretty good? Exciting stuff? Yeah, state of the cast. We're doing good. We're out here, we doing. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else we got. Today's been a little bit more of a shorter episode because I'm very small. What time is what's your timing like? Thoughts?
We're looking like it's 33 minutes right about now. We're looking like we're gonna wrap up around, or we're gonna finish wrapping up around 40. So
Hey.
yeah, it's looking good.
Look at this. Look at us. Look at us. Look at us. I think it's gonna be a this has been a very bite-sized episode of
Very crunchy one. Don't choke on it.
Crunchy. So chew your food. At
Gotta
least
be
50
careful.
times.
There are hard bits in there.
Yeah, there's a little bit of bone in this one.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
a
little
bone. Be
crunch.
careful. Gotta eat around it.
You gotta eat around it. You gotta be careful about that.
If
It'll hurt your throat.
if you find any hair in there, it's Rat's fault. I couldn't get a hairnut for him. Couldn't find it. Completely
accept
my
it.
bad.
There's so much hair.
There's just too much hair. But
Fucking hair.
speaking of hairy situations, where can people find you, Rat? What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, as usual, you can go and find me over on twitter.com at asaltyrat and over on twitch.tv/asaltyrat. I stream most days at 10 p.m., give or take. And you can find me there playing video games. This week we're doing Rebel Galaxy.
Hell yeah.
It's a fun pirate game. You should take a look at it.
Yar har. Sounds like a good time.
Yar har.
I'm glad to see you still streaming. I'm glad you're picking up on the stream. In terms of me specifically, you can find me on twitch.tv/voxel64, or you can find me on YouTube at voxel64, or on Twitter again at voxel64 with an underscore in there somewhere. You can figure out where. But I haven't streamed in a while. I will be back in the form of a true rodent. It's happening. There will be a face rig model done by the next time I stream. I'm taking a small hiatus from streaming to make that happen, but there will be rats present is the problem here. But so be sure to catch that whenever that ends up happening. It shouldn't be too far in the future, maybe a week, maybe two. But in the meantime, keep an eye on the YouTube stuff. I'm probably going to be pumping a lot of stuff out and throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks, most of which will be probably VR puppeteering related, and it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be good shit. But in terms of the show, the thing you're listening to right now, hey buddy, hey, you pay attention to your ears for a moment. There's stuff happening here.
Here it is.
You can find more stuff like this to listen to at anchor.fm/controller-slot-B, or on YouTube at the previously mentioned YouTube channel. And through that Anchor page, you can find us on places like Spotify or Google Play Podcasts, or even Breaker, if that's your thing. But that's our show for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it just as much as we've enjoyed making it. Sorry that it's kind of a shorter one this week, but yeah, I mean, we'd hate to waste your time. Catch you around. So, Rat, how do you feel about Awkward Pause?
Listen, son of a bitch, you can't do this to me again.